Welcome to Four Roses Warehouse and Bottling here in Bullitt County. Here you can have a complete, intimate, and personal bourbon experience with one of the largest heritage distillers in the United States. I can't believe I'm actually here with Master Distiller Brent Elliott, and I think if people are lucky enough, Brent, they may get to meet you too.
Certainly.
Right?
That's
part of the experience.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us, by the way. I mean, this is just a beautiful campus, and it does offer a really personalized experience for everybody.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we're very proud of this facility here. We've got nearly 300 acres, 28 warehouses, of course, the bottling and the warehousing, and it's all open to guests.
Yeah.
We're open Wednesdays to Sundays. We have 3 different experiences you can take. We have, of course, tasting is part of
Right, we're
all
going to get
of
to
them.
that in a little bit. Like people, a lot of times will ask me, oh, you're from Kentucky. Like, what is it like to be on a distillery tour? And I always tell people every place is different. And you all pride yourself, too, in kind of offering different experiences for different groups and people.
Absolutely. So if you come to visit, you can choose 3 different experiences. Each one includes a tasting because we're so proud of our bourbons, obviously.
Yeah.
So you're going to taste some bourbon when you come visit us. Standard tour that's 45 minutes where you can taste through all of our bourbons and go into one of the warehouses to actually see all the barrels that are sitting in there aging. Then we have a 90-minute tour which includes both of those, plus you get to go see the bottling facility. So you actually see the liquid being bottled and you can see the barrels coming in and being dumped and being filled.
Which is probably one of the big things that you do here at the warehouse and the bottling facility. Yeah.
We are constantly filling barrels to be put away into the warehouses and constantly emptying them to be bottled.
Yeah. With Four Roses, do people ask you a lot, what makes it taste different and unique? Is it the different mash bills that you use? Is it the recipes? What kind of gives it that unique Four Roses taste?
That really is the core of it. I mean, I mentioned the single-story warehouses, which is very unique as far as how the barrels are going to age. But the 2 mash bills and the 5 yeast strains, by utilizing those, we create 10 totally different recipes. And then after aging, we pull these recipes together in different combinations to create the variety that you can taste and smell through all these products.
Can you tell us what you have here that are the different variety that kind of represent Four Roses?
Absolutely. So this is our Four Roses bourbon. It's 80 proof. That one uses all 10 recipes, and it's a minimum of 5 years old.
Okay.
It's typically 5- and 6-year-old barrels. This is small batch. It utilizes 4 of the recipes, so already it's going to taste different. It's 90 proof, and it's a combination of 6- and 7-year-old barrels. Then we have our single barrel, classic single barrel, which is 100 proof. It's aged at least 7 years, and it's always the same recipe. This particular single barrel is always high rye mash bill with a delicate yeast. So it's a nice balance and very nice and spicy, but it's, again, it's balanced, it's nuanced, it's a little bit older, so it has a little bit more depth, a little bit more of that barrel character that a lot of people appreciate. And then last but not least is the small batch select. This is 6 of the recipes. It's a higher proof, it's 104 proof, and it's non-chill filtered, and it's also 6- and 7-year barrels.
Isn't it crazy how just the slightest change in a mash bill, slightest change in the recipe can change the whole makeup and kind of floral blend of what these taste like?
Absolutely, and I love talking about it.
That's what makes it fun.
It's exactly what makes it fun, and that's why tasting is so important.
Yeah.
I can talk about it all day long, but until you actually sit down and look at these bourbons side by side, it's hard to really appreciate and understand how those differences are created and what those differences are.
Well, appropriately, we are in the tasting room, which visitors can experience when they come here, is that they can have a tasting like this.
They can. And also, I didn't mention, on the weekends, we offer a tasting where guests can taste the 100 proof single barrel along with 2 additional recipes. We also have private barrels that are bottled at barrel strength, non-chill filtered, and those can represent any of the 10 recipes. So you really get an inside look at how those recipes vary and how we utilize those to create all the variety in our products.
A lot of people may think, well, what is a tasting? This is a tasting.
This is a
trying
tasting.
a couple of different types and really paying attention to what it is you're taking in.
Exactly.
And smelling, and all of it, right?
It's the whole experience.
Right.
I know before I was in the industry, I don't know if I ever comparatively actually evaluated bourbons.
Right.
I sort of take it for granted now because it's always side by side. But to actually sit there and smell and taste one after the other and go back and forth, I mean, it really is enlightening, and it's a great experience.
And it has to be a great experience for you to be a part of, that something that the whole world is crazy about right now.
Oh, it's super exciting. Absolutely.
Brent, thank you so much for showing us around. Enjoyed it a great deal.
Thank you.
We'll be back soon. And we want you to come on out and visit to plan your next experience here at Four Roses. Go to fourrosesbourbon.com.